Okay. Now, just a moment while everything's coming up, before we get started on the review, let me ask a couple of very important questions here. Have you done the student course evaluations? Only a few. Please, people, we got to have those student course evaluations. Jayla, right? Okay. Now, for folks who have just come in, I've already returned papers to everybody, so if you'll see me right after class, I'll get you your papers too. I don't want to go through that whole stack again and take more time because we've already taken too much time we need to be reviewing. But, please, people, if you haven't done the student course evaluations, please do them, okay? You can wait until after you see your final grade, but just don't forget to. If you're likely to forget to, go on and do it now while you're thinking of it. Please do the student course evaluation. And another question, what's next Tuesday? The whole day, exactly. Be sure to vote, folks. I've got to vote before I come in because I don't get off work on Tuesday until 8 o'clock. The polls will be closed. I've got to vote on my way in. I've got to be in line before 7, so when those polls open, I can get in line and get here. Because I'm giving an exam at 8 o'clock that morning, so I've got to be here. So please plan to vote, okay? All right, that's not math. All right. Now let's talk about math. What are we going to do from here? Today is a review day, and your review questions, you have both multiple choice and short answer. You have those. If you don't, I have a few copies left, but not that many. So if you need one, I can give you a few of those anyway. So that's what we're going to start in just a couple minutes. All right. Now, let me just review with you my office hours. Today, 3:15 to 5:15. Okay, here on this campus, and this is to Darius, right? Okay, I've got to find you. There you are. All right. Now, for those who just came in, first, have you done the student course evaluations? All right, good. Secondly, I returned papers to people earlier. I'll get you yours right after class. If you'll stop by here right after class, I'll get you your papers so you can use those to study for the test. All right, so today's a review day. If you don't have your sheets, I have a few spares, but not that many. But I'll let you have them as many as I've got, okay? We'll go through anything that we haven't covered in class or anything you're uncertain of, even if we have covered, or if you know about it and you don't want to go over it, that's fine. Whatever, we'll go through anything on those 2 review sheets. Now, Melva was asking the question. There's 100 multiple choice questions on the review sheets. I think there's 32 short answer questions. Your final exam will look like this. 30 multiple choice questions, 8 short answer questions, okay? The multiple choice questions are 2 points each. And here's, gotta find you, Justin, right? Okay. And Michaela. And JT. I already marked you present once because I marked the wrong person. Okay. And Tanisha. No, you're in here. There you are. All right. Anyone else come in while I didn't call your name? Okay. Sorry, folks. Let me go this again. Those who just came in, have you done your student course evaluations? Yes, please do. If you haven't done them, please get those done. Please get them done. They're really on us to get a huge percentage of those completed. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, of course, next Tuesday, Election Day. Don't forget to vote. I know it's final exam week, but don't forget to vote. Vote before you get here. Vote when you leave. Vote sometime. 7 to 7, the polls are open. Okay. I've returned, for those who just come in, I've already returned papers to people. So if you just came in, see me right after class. I'll get your papers and return them to you then. Now, if you, or any of you who just came in, any of you not turned in a quiz or not finished with a test, if you are, you need to do that now before we get started. I can put you in the room next door, but you need to complete those before the end of class. Everybody got it? Okay. All right, so let's go over. I was just starting to say what my office hours are. Today, 3:15 to 5:15. Okay? Tomorrow, Thursday, 1:15 to 3:15. Friday, Birmingham campus, 7:45, 11:45. Just the same as a normal week. Okay. Here is Jayla. All right, I have to start over again. Have you done the student course evaluation? Good. All right. Don't forget to vote on Tuesday. That's the other. And this next thing is I did return all the papers to people who were here at the beginning. So if you have come in since then and haven't gotten your papers, see me right after class, and I'll get you those so you can study for them for the final. All right. Today, if we ever can get started, we're going to be reviewing the review sheets. I have a few extras. If you need them, you can take them till while supplies last, but we'll be going over those. That's all we're doing today. Then on, and I was just went over my office hours today, 3:15 to 5:15. Tomorrow, 1:15 to 3:15. Friday, Birmingham campus, 7:45 to 11:45. Now next week, all bets are off. I'm not in my office when I normally am. Okay, I'm not in class when I normally am. It's final exam week, so let me go over that quickly. In this class, 8 o'clock, that's when your final is scheduled, and at least one person has already said she wants to take her final 8 o'clock Monday morning. That's your right. That's when it's scheduled. But for any who want to continue the review, we hopefully will get started today. I will be providing that for you, unless the whole class doesn't want the review, and then I'll give the final to everybody, okay? So you decide. But if you do want the review Monday will be, yes. If you got anything to turn in, I'll take it. Okay? All right, good deal. Thanks. What's that? Okay. All right, good deal. You what? Okay, paper. Excellent. Okay. Now, and that reminds me, if you haven't turned in the paper, your research paper, today's the last day. After today, you start losing points. Okay? I will take them late, but you will be losing points after today. Today, you get just your score. After today, you're losing points. So please get me your papers today if possible. Okay? Also, your quizzes and stuff like that, get those completed today. Because, okay. Where was it? Okay. So let's talk about next week, my schedule. I'll be in this classroom either administering the test if all of you want to take it, or running the review session if some of you want the review session. Those who want to take the test, I'll probably move down the hall at Student Support Services and ask Miss Hollins to proctor that test for me. If not that, I'll find somebody else. She usually does it. Okay, so that's Monday, 8 to 9:50, not 9:15, 9:50. Final exams. Okay. The rest of Monday, after 9:50, 10 o'clock, I'll be either in my office or you can come by and take. All right. Here's Tyra. All right. Sorry about this, but have you done the student course evaluation? All right. Good. Okay. Please don't forget to vote on Tuesday. Okay. That's not math. Okay. Now, I've returned all the papers to everybody earlier, so see me after class. I'll get you your work that you turned in already. Okay? Today, if we ever can get started, we're going to go over the review questions, so you be getting those ready. Listen on screencast on YouTube. You'll hear my office hours and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to go through that again. I was talking about my schedule during finals week. If you are going to come to review session Monday, 8 to 9:50, anytime after that is over with, you can take your exam. just come see me. Catch me in the classroom, catch me in my office, catch me giving a test somewhere. And here's how I usually do this for makeup. These are makeup tests. I'll be in my office if I'm not giving a test up here. If I'm doing a makeup test, I usually find the closest classroom to my office that's not being used, and that's where I do the makeup test. Okay? That way I can go back and forth to my office. I may even be able to hear the phone ringing. You know, I can be in my office almost and go back and forth. So that's where we'll take the test. Now, if all the classrooms are occupied and they're giving the exams there, we'll be in this room because nobody else uses this room but myself and Dr. Bryant, but he's on Monday, Wednesday afternoon for a physics class, and that won't be an issue. Okay, so it'll either be 265, 255, or somewhere in between. Anytime you want to come, take that test if you don't take it at 8 o'clock Monday morning. All right, let me give you the rest of my schedule. After 10 o'clock or 9:50 on Monday till 5:15, I'm on campus. Anytime you want to come take the test, you can. On Tuesday, I'm giving an exam in this classroom, 8 o'clock, 8 to 9:50. Now, it's a class not quite this big, but close to it. But if a few of you want to take yours then, you can. Just come to this room, 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, if you want to. You don't have to, but you can take yours when they're taking theirs. If not, anytime after 9:50 on Tuesday, up until 3:15. At 3:15, I've got physical science class. It's a mini-term course. We have class on Tuesday. So I'll be in class from 3:15 till technically 7:45. I have a feeling we'll finish everything well before 7:45. So check with me, and especially after, say, 5, 6 o'clock, if you're on campus, I'll probably be down in my office, okay? But check with me here or there or somewhere in between. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, all day long. 7:45 in the morning until 3:15 in the afternoon. And by the way, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm here till 8 o'clock at night. So if you're on campus, you can take your test then, up until 8. Wednesday, all day long, I'm free. You can come at 8 o'clock if you've got that free. You can come at any time during the day. Come to my office first. If you don't find me there, start looking in classrooms until you get up here. If you can't find me anywhere in between, wait a few minutes. I'm just in the restroom or had to go down the hall or something like that. So wait, I'll be back. I'll be somewhere between my office and here. Okay? That's Wednesday. Thursday, same thing. 7:45 in the morning until 3:15. Now at 3:15, that's when my physical science class has their final for those people who don't choose to take it early. I'm giving them a chance to take theirs early because a lot of them live out of state and they're just hanging around for one last final, so they have an opportunity to take theirs early. But anyone who doesn't take that, I'll be giving that exam at 3:15. They will be through. Anyone who comes at 3:15, I think will be through by 4 o'clock. It's a very short exam, that one is, so you can come up here at 3:15 or my office or anywhere in between, okay? And I'm here till 8 o'clock. Friday of next week, I'm on the Birmingham campus, 7:45 to 11:45. If you're planning to come and take your final, then let me know this week or next week so I can take it with me. Otherwise, I'll be on the Birmingham campus without a final for you. So please let me know if you're going to take it next Friday. Not this coming Friday, but next Friday. Okay. Now, a couple of other little bits here. Are any of you brand new here at Lawson? This is your first term? Okay. If you are, you may not be aware of this. You can access Student Suite anytime, right? Except next week. Okay? This ancient system that we have only has like 16 or 32 portals. So only that many people can be on the suite at any one time. Most of the time, not that many people are on it. You don't have any problem. But the first time we went to this, we found out that students were checking their grades constantly on Student Suite. The faculty could not get on Faculty Suite to put the grades in. because all 16 portals were being occupied by students. So they finally said, look, we've got to shut the students out so faculty can put the grades in. So starting next week, Monday, and probably through noon on the following Monday, Student Suite will be down, okay? You cannot access anything on Student Suite during finals week. But you can still access Blackboard. And myself and most instructors put the grades on Blackboard first, and then we put them on students on the suite. So check Blackboard next week, okay? Check Blackboard. Don't go to Student Suite. You won't be able to access it, okay? But then after grades are due, which is either Monday at noon or Tuesday at noon, I don't remember which, after that, Student Suite will be open again, okay? So if you don't panic if you can't get to Student Suite next week. They do that on purpose. All right. And then grades will be in by either noon on Monday, following finals week, or noon on Tuesday. Most of the time, I'm going to have mine in way before that. Okay? So you'll be able to check. All right. Any questions? All right. Specific questions. Okay. I have a few copies of the multiple choice, 100 questions. I was just talking about that too. Your final exam will be 30 multiple choice questions. There's 100 sample questions here. 30 multiple choice questions, 2 points each. 30 times 2, 60 points worth of multiple choice. 8 short answer questions, 5 points each. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 and 60 is 100. There's your 100 points. Okay? I had a person ask this question before. I don't remember if that person's here or not. I don't remember who it was. What does it count? Okay, I thought it was you. Okay? If you score higher on the comprehensive final than your average coming into it, I count it twice. If you score lower than your average coming in, I only count the final once. So I do it however it's going to help you best. It counts as either 1 test score or 2 test scores. If you do higher than your average coming in, I count it twice so it can pull you up. If your final is lower than your average coming in, I only count it once so it doesn't drag you down that much. Okay? That's okay? Now it's your turn. Any questions? And I've got both multiple choice or short answer. I'll do any of those. If you let me start doing, I'll just start doing. But if you have questions, I want to hit those first. That's what I've been telling you all along. Get your questions together. Any of you have either multiple choice or short answer questions? I'm not able to find. Okay. Andrea, all right. All right. Quickly, while y'all are looking for questions, go over for Andrea. Have you done student course evaluations? No. Please do those. Please do those. Everybody. If you haven't done them, please do it. Vote on next Tuesday. That's not math, but do it. I returned papers to everybody early on, so if you weren't here, if you want to get your papers right at the end of the class, see me and I'll give you all your quizzes and tests back. Are there any of those you hadn't finished? Okay, do you want to work on that now? Which was it? Test 1? Okay. Anyone else did not finish either a quiz or a test? Because you need to work on that now while the rest of us are doing the review. Okay. What's that? You haven't started. Okay. I'll need to send you next door probably. I think that room's open. What's that? Okay, I need to mark the roll first, then you can. Well, there's another one right up here somewhere. Okay, yeah. That's a pencil book. Okay, so I think next door. You can use formula and equation sheet, scratch paper, calculator. Anyone else who has not finished a quiz or a test? Okay, for those who just came in, have you done the student course evaluation? Have you done the student course evaluation?
Hey, I get another quiz.
Say again? I can't hear you. Have you done the student course evaluation?
Oh, no.
No, please do those. Now, what was your question?
I do the quiz on Monday.
You need the last quiz?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops, I'm in the wrong place. Good deal, thanks. All right. Okay, so everybody here has finished all quizzes, all tests. If you haven't gotten yours back, are you listening? Get them at the end of the class. Okay. Now the time is for you to ask me questions. Any questions from either the multiple choice part or the short answer part? Any questions? Say again? Number 12? Okay, which is that on? Multiple choice or short answer? Multiple choice? Number 12. All right, top of page 3. Is that right? All right. All right, we've been recording 21 minutes and now are just getting started on the review. Sorry. People have been filtering in slowly. Okay. It says divide and simplify. And we did ones like this, so this is old hat to you. All right. This is comprehensive review, multiple choice. Comprehensive review, multiple choice, number 12. Y cubed minus 7y divided by y squared minus 49 divided by y squared plus 8y minus 9 divided by y squared plus 6y minus 7. Okay? How do you approach a problem like that? You tell me. Okay, in division you're going to flip. So what I'm going to do is write it again. And what's the next thing you're going to do after you flip? Or what? Okay, you make it multiplication. That's true. We're going to factor everything in sight and flip the second one. So I'm going to do that as I'm going because I don't have a lot of room here. So does that numerator, first numerator factor? Take a y out, okay? And what do you have left? Y squared minus 7, okay? We're just factoring as we go. How about the denominator? Y plus 7 times y minus 7, okay? Now we're going to invert the second one, flip it, and change it to multiplication. So it becomes a multiplication. The denominator becomes your numerator. So can we factor that? How would that factor? Y times y, got it? Plus and minus, got it? No, you're doing the denominator. It's on top. Okay? All right. Plus 7 minus 1. We're flipping and factoring at the same time. When you're doing your test, take as many steps as you need. I just have a limited amount of room here, so I'm doing them both at once. Now what's in the numerator here becomes your denominator, and you're right on that too. It's y times y, plus and minus, and what is that one? Plus 9 minus 1. Does everybody see that? Okay, it's just basic a review of your factoring. Okay, So, what do we do at this point? What can you cancel out or divide out? Y minus 1s go. Y plus 7 goes. And that looks like all, folks. Let me make sure I copied the problem right. Yes, I did copy it right. So what is your answer? Y times y squared minus 7 divided by y minus 7 times y plus 9. Okay? Is that one of your multiple choices here? It looks like number C. That's yes in Spanish, okay? And then you have the key for the multiple choice. Number 12, sure enough, is C. Perfect. All right. Minuet? Okay. There you are. All right. Time out again. Have you done the student course evaluation? Great, fantastic. Don't forget to vote next Tuesday. Okay, that's not have anything to do with math. All right. Early on, I gave out all the papers that have been turned in so far. Are there any of the quizzes and tests you have not completed? No. Okay, so if you'll see me after class, I'll return all those to you. Okay. We're now doing the review session, both multiple choice and short answer part. Next week, we can either continue the review session on Monday morning, and then we have an hour and 50 minutes, not 15 minutes, hour and 50 minutes, or if you opt, you can take the final then. That's when it's scheduled. And then if you do the review session, though, you can take the final anytime you want to after that review session's over with up until Friday, preferably Thursday. Okay, because I'm on this campus Monday through Thursday, Birmingham on Friday. So if you are going to take it Friday, let me know ahead of time so I'll take a test over there for you. All right. There's probably other things. Listen to YouTube. You'll hear all this over and over and over again. Okay. So, any questions on that? Everybody see the answer? Any others? 28 multiple choice? Okay. 28 multiple choice. That's flip over to page 4, I believe it is. 28. All right, can I erase this? Do you need one of these? Okay. I only have a few. Do you need an answer key? Do you need a short answer one? I mean short. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't have any more short answer. I don't know why, but I do have another multiple choice. Now, I gave these out early in the term, so you probably have them somewhere. And by the way, that's my last multiple choice, 2. Okay. Oh, I gave you 2. Okay. All right. Okay, I still have one more multiple choice, and I do have another short answer. Sorry about that. Okay. So I have one more. No, that's my last short answer. I have to keep that, and I have one more multiple choice. Okay. Number 28, was it? Is that what you said? Page 4. And, all right, to erase this? All right. This is, go back to page 3, and it says, evaluate the polynomial function for the given value of the, no, that's not it. It's factor. Okay, that's what 24 is. Now, these are things we've done before, folks. So I was hoping you would be asking things we haven't done, but I'll do these.
I said 28.
28, sorry about that. Okay, 28 is, good. This is one we haven't done before. Find an equation of a line. So we're looking for an equation of a line having the specified slope and containing the indicated point. Write your answer in slope-intercept form. Okay? That's from. This is number 28 on multiple choice. What, did I give you 2 of those?
Told me the short answer.
Okay.
No, that's the short answer paper.
I gave you short answer, multiple choice too, didn't I?
You got 2 short answers straight.
Did I give you 2 short answer?
Okay. It's cool.
Okay. All right. Okay, now I have one more short answer and no more. Did I give you the answer key? Okay. All right. I have some more answer keys for the multiple choice, but I don't have any more multiple choice. All right. Now, find an equation of a line. That's your question. What does an equation of a line always have? Okay, it has y's, it has an equal sign, and it'll probably have x's. Okay? So you're absolutely right. An equation has to have an equal sign. Okay? Slope-intercept form, was that what you were going to say? What were you going to say? Yes, you were.
Slope-intercept form y1 minus y2 over.
No, that's point-slope form.
What is it? MX.
Okay. Y'all are really good at this. Here is point-slope form. Okay? Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Okay? What is the slope-intercept form? It's pretty simple. Y is equal to mx plus b. Okay. All right. Now, that's just for future reference. What's that?
Oh, nothing.
All right. Here's the question then. Number 28 says your m is equal to -6 and the point 2, -3 is on the line. Okay? Now, you've just told me the point slope form. Guess what we're given? The point and the slope. So all you do here is plug into that form there. Then we try to get it to make it look like this, because that's what it's asking for. Write the answer in slope-intercept form. So let's start with the point slope form and plug it in, plug it in. What is y? It's your variable. Leave it alone. Just write it down. Y. What's your y1? -3. And what's a minus of -3? Second? +3. Very good. Equal. What's your m? -6. What's your x? Your variable. Leave it alone. Write it down. Okay? And what's x1? -2. You put the minus sign from there, and x1 is 2. There is your equation of a line in point-slope form. Okay? Not in slope-intercept form. What do we have to do to this to make it look like that? There's at least 2 steps. Which looks like it needs to happen first? Clear the parentheses, distribute. So let's do that first, and that will be y plus 3 is equal to -6x plus 12. Okay? Do we quite look like this yet? Not quite. What's in the way? The plus 3. How do we get rid of it? Subtract 3 from both sides. So subtract 3 here, subtract 3 there, and what do you have? Y is equal to -6x plus 9. Okay? That is your answer in slope-intercept form. What's the slope? What's the slope? -6. That's exactly what they told you it was, right here. And what's your intercept? You know what the intercept means? When they say slope-intercept form? It's what? Where it crosses, okay, that makes it the y-intercept. And what is always true about any point that crosses the y-axis? What's the x value? 0, because on the y-axis, x is 0. So the intercept, the y-intercept is 0, 9. Okay? So that's what you have. You didn't need that part, but you might for another question. All we needed for this one was y is equal to negative 6x plus 9. Is that one of our possibilities? Oh, another C. Is that right? Number 28 is C. Perfect. Any questions? 20? 30. Okay. 38. 38. Okay, sorry, I can't hear. 38 is over on page 6, isn't it? Okay. 38, page 6, top of the page. All right, to erase? All right, 38. Okay, find the x and y intercepts for the equation, then graph the equation. You know what? I'm going to do it here, okay? Find the x and y intercepts for the equation, then graph the equation. Here's the equation. This is number 38, by the way, okay? Minus 6x minus 12y is equal to 36. It says find the x and the y intercepts of that equation. What do we mean by an x-intercept? Where it crosses the x-axis. Now, what's true about every point on the x-axis? Y is 0. You're neither up or down, you're at 0. So, to get the x-intercept, plug in y is equal to 0. And when you do that, what do you get? What do you get? Plug in y equals 0. What do you get? Negative 6x equal 36, because y is 0, right? Solve for x. What do you get? How do you do it? No, you don't add. Divide by negative 6. Right? Okay, all right. Okay, excuse me. Okay? Excuse me. Okay? Here's the equation. We're looking for x-intercept. That's where it crosses the x-axis, and what can we see about every point on the x-axis? Every point on the x-axis. Y is equal to 0. So we put a 0 in for y. And if you put 0 for y, you get this equation. Negative 6x is equal to 36. So y is 0, right? So solve for x. And what do you get? What do you get? Yes, x equals negative 6. So your x-intercept is a point. A point is an ordered pair. What was your x? Negative 6. What was your y? 0. Okay? Now, next question. What's the y-intercept? Okay, exactly. It's where x is equal to 0, where it crosses the y-axis. Everywhere on the y-axis, x is 0. You're neither positive or negative, you're 0. So put a 0 in here, and you get negative 12y is equal to 36. And what do you do there? Divide by negative 12. And what does that give you? A little louder? I don't think so. Negative 3. All right. So what's your y-intercept? Okay, that's one number. Okay, 0. 0 for x, negative 3 for y. Perfect. Okay? Now the next thing it says, then graph the equation. Guess what? You've done the heavy lifting. All you have to do is plot those 2 points. How do I plot negative 6, 0? A little louder. To the right. Okay, which way is that? To the left.
Wait, on x, I thought this is x and this is y.
Okay, right.
So
Okay.
we're gonna go to the positive side. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, it's a negative.
It's a negative 6.
Oh.
That's where we go left. Okay? So we go left 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you go up or down 0. Okay? How do you plot the y-intercept? A little louder? Down 3. Start at the origin and go 0 left or right. So down 3. There you go. And guess what? Draw a line between those 2 points. That's all there is to it. Okay? Now, you can fill in some gaps here if you want to. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. I think let's just draw a line. That's all it said to do. Okay. You go down 1, 2, 3, and right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically, that point right there is also on it. And this point right here is also on it. That point right there is also on it. And yeah. So you could have put a few more points in there, but it's fine. So let's see. Any of these answers? Which one? Wait, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. All right. B, you said? Got it. And there's the graph. Yep. They even got it to look like this. So B. Good deal. Any questions on that? Does that make sense? Any others? 39. Very next one. Okay. So let's go to, all right. Change this to 39. All right. 30. I can't get my pen to work. Okay, 39. Find the x and y intercepts. If no x-intercepts exist, state so. So here's your f of x is equal to x squared plus 8x plus 16. All right, time out. What in the world is this f of x?
Y.
That's y. Excellent. Remember this. When you're dealing with that means function of x. If you remember this, f of x is always y. Okay? Remember that. F of x is always y. So you can rewrite this if you want to. Y is equal to x squared plus 8x plus 16. Very good key to keep in mind. Now it says find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. What's going to be true about an x-intercept? What's true about an x-intercept? Y is equal to 0. Where's your y? Right there. Set it equal to 0, and that would be x squared plus 8x plus 16. What are we going to do to solve that equation? Factor. Okay. And does that factor? X times x. Say again? I don't see any minuses in there, so I'm thinking that both x plus 4 and x plus 4. Let's follow it and see if they were right. I don't trust it. X times x is x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 8x plus 16. Yes, that's right. So what would be our, where do we go from here? This tells you that either, yes, x plus 4 is equal to 0, or x plus 4 is equal to 0. Guess what they're both going to give you? Negative 4. X equal negative 4. So there's only one x-intercept, and that's going to be x equals negative 4. All right? Except we write it as a point. What would that be? X-intercept, negative 4, 0. All right? Now, they also ask for y-intercepts. What does y-intercept mean? Where x is equal to 0. So what would that give you? Y is equal to 16. You put a 0 in for x, that goes to 0. 0 in for x, that goes to 0. Y is equal to 16. So what's your y-intercept? Say again? 0, 16. 0 for X, 16 for Y. There they are. Let's see if we can find those on here. What you get? Any answers? C. That's just in Spanish, okay? That is number 39. 38, by the way, was B, and 39 is C again. Y'all like the C's, I can tell. Okay. Any questions on that? Is that, what's that? Can't hear you. Plug it into what? Okay, no, what you do, once you've done this, that gives you your x-intercept. And once you set x equals 0, that gives you your y-intercept. So x-intercept for y is equal to 0, so you have 0, negative 4 is 0. X-intercept for x is 0, so it's going to be 0, 16. See? Plug into your equation. First, y is equal to 0. That's what we did here. That will give you your x-intercept. You get negative 4, 0. Now, if this had come out something other than the same thing, you'd have had 2 x-intercepts. That's okay. Okay? And you might have had 2. You'll never, ever have more than 1 y-intercept for a function. Okay? Maybe for a graph, but for a function, most you can have is 1. Okay? 48? I hear that next? Okay, 48 is over on page 9. Okay? Now this is going back to some I think we've done before, but that's fine. I'll be glad to do them. Anyone need that up any longer, Essence, to answer your question? Okay. All right. So here's 48. Is that what you said? 48. Multiply and simplify. 5p minus 5 over p times 3p squared over 9p minus 9. Now, what do you do in a problem like that? A little louder? Factor everything inside. That first numerator, can you factor anything? 5, and what do you have left? P minus 1. That denominator is not factorable, just write it down to P. The top numerator, if you want to, you can. Now, how are we doing on time? Close, but no cigars, okay? You can write that as 3 times P times P. You don't have to, but that's one thing you can do to factor that. And how about that denominator? Factor out a 9, and what do you have left? P minus 1. Okay, now what do we do? Say again? Take out. Okay, P minus 1 can divide away, right? Anything else? A P will go, okay. Say again? Anything else? Oh, did you say something? I couldn't hear. 3 will go into 9 how many times? 3 times. So what do we are left with? 5p over 3. All right, 5p over 3. We find an answer like that. Number A, or letter A. Yep, and that's what they got to. Very good. Any questions?
Can you do 63
63
real quick?
real quick. Let's see if I can. 63 is over on page 11. All right. This is a graph. So let's go to a graph. And let's clear this out of the way. All right. The value V in hundreds of dollars of one's computer is approximated by V is equal to negative 1/2 T plus 9, where T is the number of years since he first bought the computer, and it says graph the equation and use the graph to estimate the value of the computer 4 years after it was purchased. Okay? First thing it says is graph it. That's not that bad to graph. Okay? How do we graph that? What kind of form does that look like it is? Slope-intercept. What's the slope? Negative 1/2. What's your intercept? Okay, what intercept are you talking about? The y-intercept. The y-intercept. Only it's not y now, it's the v-intercept, okay? So this is going to be your v-axis. This is going to be your t-axis. And your intercept is at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, we don't have it. So let's do 2, 4, 6, 8. That will be 9 right there. So this will be 2, 4, 6, 8. That will be 9. So there's your y-intercept. That was pretty easy to do. Now, what do we do? And let's do our years here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Now, you have to be careful because we had to scale that a little bit. So what the slope of negative 1/2 tells you, that's what you told me the slope was, right? M is equal to negative 1/2. What does that tell you? Slope is, what's the definition for it? Rise over run. Well, this rise is going downhill. It's a -1 for a run of 2. So you have to keep up with what you're going. So you're going down 1 for every 2 you go over. So there's the next point. Down 1, remember you had to double up here. Down 1 for every 2 that you went over. Down 1 for every 2 you went over, and down 1 for every 2 you went over. Can't get that one? There's your graph. Okay? I don't draw lines too well. So there's your graph. That's the first part of the question. The second part said, use that graph to estimate the value of the computer 4 years after it was purchased. 4 years after, there's t is equal to 4. Go up and find this. The value of the computer looks like 7. But V is in hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. So that computer 4 years later is worth $700. Okay? Right? What was it worth when it was bought? The y-intercept, 0. That was $900. So it's lost $200 in those 4 years. Well, sure enough. Yeah. See how that works? Is that one of your answers? Which one is it? D. Let's see if 64 with D is an answer. Yeah, I think it's 64. Whoa. 63. D. Perfect. Very good. All right. Good deal. Now, for those who didn't get, okay, good deal. Thank you so much. If those who didn't get your papers, if you want to get them now, what I'll do is end this.